Let's get this one out of the way first. It's not every day where a team loses its all-time leading rusher and receiver in the same year, as you did with running back Sam Benger and wideout John Prather graduating last year. How does your team bounce back offensively from the loss of two key players like that?
Well, Sam and Johnny were great players. I played for a guy named Chuck Clausing at Carnegie Mellon, a guy who's in the College Football Hall of Fame, and he said to me as a young coach, he looked at me one day and he said, you know, Rich, just when these guys get good, they have to go and graduate on you. It's part of the game. Sam and Johnny certainly are going to be missed. My staff and I suddenly didn't get lazy. We've recruited good players over the last couple of years. We have a good group of kids coming in this year, and there's going to be good competition to replace those guys.
Senior quarterback Alex Klein is on track to set multiple career passing records after recording 3 single-season school records a year ago. Can you talk about the play of Alex and how he needs to adjust after losing such a valuable receiver in Prather?
Yeah, Alex is a great leader, first off, and he's one of our captains this year, and he's a good decision maker. He's got all the tools, and I think that camp's going to be important for him to develop that camaraderie with that receiving core. We have good receivers returning. Our H-back, Carl Coombe, is an excellent receiver. Our tight end, Alex Miller, is an excellent receiver, and have some good wideouts on the squad. So I think he has to develop some chemistry with those guys and timing, but that'll happen through camp.
Defensively, the Tartans lose their entire starting linebacker core, along with the top tackler from a year ago and All-American defensive back Drew Fitzmaurice. Senior corner and captain Ethan Anderson is the Tartans' top returning tackler after finishing 5th on the team with 63 stops last year. How valuable will Ethan's leadership be to such a young Tartan defense?
Well, his leadership will be critical. He's also one of our captains and the only captain on the defensive side of the ball. So those players are going to be looking to Ethan for his leadership. He's an excellent football player. Again, we have some good returning players in the secondary. We were a heavy senior group of linebackers last year. They'll be missed. They were the strength of our defense. We do have some good strength in the secondary. We have some good defensive linemen returning. We'll be young and inexperienced at the linebacker spot, but hopefully we'll find some pretty good ones in camp, and there'll be great competition, and we'll be ready to go.
Coach, your final question. How important is it going to be for your team to start quickly this season with your first 2 games on the road, including a game at nationally ranked W&J?
Yeah, we open up with Rochester up there, and then we travel down to W&J. 2 fine football programs. Obviously, W&J has a great reputation. They were in the playoffs again last year. Mike Sirianni does a great job. It's always a dogfight. It's a 100-yard field. We're going to play wherever, and we're going to show up, and we're going to compete. And I don't care whether it's at Rochester or W&J. You play the game. You don't make excuses. So we're going to show up, and we'll compete.
Coach, thank you. Ethan, a couple questions for you now. Coach, will you push that other mic towards?
Sure.
There we go. Thank you. All right, Ethan. How does it feel to be selected a captain for the 2018 season by your teammates? And have you done anything differently this summer in preparation for the season because you are a captain going into the year?
Well, it was a huge honor to be elected a captain for our team. It's something that I never really even thought was going to be possible coming in as a freshman, but with some hard work, it ended up working out for me. I've definitely gone to try to take advantage of many leadership sessions that our school has offered. For example, Alejandro Villanueva has come in and talked to us about difficult decision making and leadership roles and other things of that nature. And I've also been working out harder than I ever have in my life and get ready for one last ride.
Entering the 2018 season as one of 5 returning starters, a co-captain, and playing in 31 career games for the Tartans defensively, how important is it to have that senior leadership on the team?
I think senior leadership is very important. For me personally, I find my role is just to be persistent and upbeat and keep everyone up on the sidelines. We also have a lot of great young players that are starting to come of age, and you know, everyone can be a leader, so they're going to step up this year. I'm certain of it, and I really look forward to seeing how they develop.
You've been a part of 3 teams that have made consecutive postseason appearances. What have you learned about the returning group of players that can lead to success for the team this year?
Well, we have a great group of guys returning, and you know, like you said, we've been to the postseason the past 3 years, so we know the amount of work and dedication that it takes to get there, but we're also trying to figure out what it's going to be to make the next step to get us a conference championship and a playoff berth.
Ethan, last question for you. What has it been like playing for someone who has been around the game as long as Coach Lackner has, who played and coached at one institution throughout his entire career?
Well, it's been quite a privilege just to play college football, and let alone to play for Coach Lackner. I know he is a big reason of why I am at Carnegie Mellon, and he's a great person. What he does for getting his players internships and jobs out of school, it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's unmatched. And you know, he's a great motivator as well. Nobody gets the boys ready like Coach Lackner.
Ethan, Coach Lackner, thank you guys. Carnegie Mellon will get its season underway on Saturday, September 8th at the University of Rochester. Thank you, gentlemen.